What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here. Thank you so much for joining me. If this video can get 6,900 likes, they're gonna fix Sonic in Avengers Endgame. And moving on from there, today, what we're gonna be showcasing is a complete guide for how to beat the heroic difficulty of the secret 0-hour mission. Now, this mission is originally required to get the new Outbreak Perfected exotic pulse rifle. If you don't know how to get that, I've already made a complete guide that's linked up above. But once you do acquire this weapon, the heroic version becomes available, and doing it will give you the start for the catalyst for the Outbreak Perfected. Now you may be thinking, well, Ricky boy, why do we need a whole guide for the heroic version? I already know how to do the normal version. Isn't it just harder? Turns out, no. In fact, there's an entirely different route you need to take in the heroic 0-hour mission. There's new mechanics, new dead ends, and a whole new area. So let's get started. Now, everything is going to begin as normal when you load in and roll through those first few rooms containing a bunch of ads. Remember, the ads have increased in power from 690 to 700, so they hit a little bit harder. You're going to require a little bit more to take them down, but that's about it. Moving on from there, the first difference comes when you go to this open area, and then there's that ship where normally there's a ventilation shaft kind of broken open and you head down near the front of it. Well, that shaft is completely closed off. You have to go a different direction. Now head to the right when you first originally come out into this open area, and in this little ventilation shaft, there is a brand new entrance. Head down here, and then you can continue on your way. Now, moving through the shafts, you're then going to encounter this large bridge area. If you go a different way through the shaft, you can also fall down into this large silo area. And these two areas are connected via a tunnel. Now, if you're on the bridge area, you can see red pipes coming to 4 different crevices off to the corners of this room. One of those crevices, as you can see, will have that connecting tunnel to allow you to travel from the bridge area to the silo area. So, that's the layout of this area. How do you make it through? Well, in those crevices that the red pipes are leading to, there's going to be buttons that you can activate, as you can see. Those buttons are connected to the different silos. So when you press one button, a silo lid is going to open up. And then you can climb on top of these silo lids. You do not jump down into the silos, you'll instantly die. What you want to do is open up silo number 3. Once this one is opened, and by the way, it doesn't take too long to just open all of them, honestly, but when silo number 3 specifically is opened, you can jump on top of the lid, and as you can see, continue jumping from little ledge to little ledge to make your way up this silo and out of this area. Moving on from there, after squeezing through some vents, you have another new area. This one is pretty simple. Simply look for the yellow edges and you can jump from one to the other, going from right to left to right again until you get to the end, and there's some more vents. But remember to have the first person who completes it activate the button to extend flaps to make it easier for anyone behind. These ones, however, will eventually lead to a little pipe and will bring you to the absolute edge of the wall, as you can see here. Now, over to, if you look to your right, that's actually, you can see like the hanging jumping puzzle where you go in the normal version of this mission. But for the heroic version, you actually want to face to the left and go that way. Now here, you can't really see where to go, but just jump out, blindly trust that you're gonna make it, and then go for these little divots here. Now you can keep going left, there is enough divots to kind of travel along this way, or you can jump on top of these pipes, as you can see, but you simply jump from one object to the other, continue making your way left along the wall. Now there is one long pipe, a long black pipe that's semi near the edge of this wall, and it has the middle section that will fall out from under it if you're on top of it, so keep that in mind. But eventually you're going to go into this orange colored pipe here, and from here, you jump around the other side of the wall, as you can see. Again, you really won't be able to line this up too well. Just jump as best you can, and then hope you can make it once you're around the corner. Like with the normal version, any sort of exotic line ramparts or stompies, anything that helps you get extra jump is super, super useful. Now, once you're on the other side, you're going to see little platforms that raise up, and then they're going to lower after a short amount of time. So you actually want to stay there until you see them just raise up, and then make your move, jump from one to the next one, and make your way as far as you can. If they're already standing up, don't go, because they're going to go down pretty soon, and you're going to fall off to your death. In any event, you make your way forward until you have a bunch of different ledges in this part of the wall. As you can see, simply jump from one ledge up to the upper one, up to the upper one, and then you're going to see a little flap sticking out, and underneath that flap is the route to go. It's the little entrance to another area. Now, once you're in this room, the next step is actually pretty fun. You're going to slide down this vent, and you're going to start going really, really fast. There's an object on the right and then an object on the left, and if you hit them, you could just die instantly. So try to kind of start off to your left. Once that object goes by, veer over to your right, and then when you're near the bottom of this slide, you have to jump. As you can see, it kind of has to be perfectly timed. If you do die, you'll just respawn like at the very top, and you can try it again. But you time your jump just as you're hitting the edge of that vent before you fall into the darkness essentially and die, and you're going to propel yourself forward, as you can see, and then land on this ledge, look up to the right, and continue along the vents. From here, you're actually going to find the fan room that was in the normal difficulty. Same mechanics apply, simply go into the red portions to avoid the blades. And actually, from this point, you're going to continue forward exactly like you did in the normal difficulty, through a jumping puzzle, through the avoidance of the little claw thing in the electric room, and then through the piston lifts until eventually you get to the Cryptarch Vault. And as you can see, if you try to run through as normal, you will instantly die. So, how do you get through? Well, as you can see, this room is a grid. It's 6 deep, 5 across, and you actually have to stand on the specific safe squares. Here's my teammate running it. That's the route. Just watch it back. I'm just playing. No, guys. I made my own little map here on Microsoft PowerPoint, no big deal. And as you can see, these are the squares. The red ones are the ones you want to stand on. That's the route you want to take. You kind of swerve around like a snake, heading to the left, then kind of doubling back, then to the right, and then winding your way all the way across. Follow that route and you should be good to go. By the way, if one person makes it across, there is actually a button you can activate that will turn off the death mechanic for the other 2 people. In any event, continuing on from there, you're simply going to go the exact same route and fight the exact same boss fight. However, because the additional routes in Heroic take a little bit more time than normal, you are really going to be pressured during this gunfight, and you are going to need to take out those bosses pretty quickly. So I would just recommend one person with the Whisper of the Worm, because it's so good against the tanks, the 2 tanks that spawn, that you will need to take down to beat this. So that's kind of the only thing I wanted to mention here. Otherwise, it's basically the exact same boss fight as before. Guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.